Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathan Butts, and my longtime friend, co-host, and daddy, Elliott Markson.
That is right, and we're back with another episode of this podcast, and today we are just two men in the library trying to stay quiet so that we don't get yelled at by the librarian. Please, shut up. Shut up. She's coming. She's coming. Isn't that right?
That is right.
How are you doing?
I'm good. And before...
Okay.
Before we get into the intricacies and the ins and outs and the odds and ends of our days, I do want to get serious for just like a couple minutes.
Please.
And then we'll rein it back in. We'll get goofy.
Yeah.
Do you know what month it is?
It's June.
Do you know what that symbolizes? What June is?
It's Pride Month.
It is Pride Month. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Woo!
That's a good thing, but I'm thinking of a different reason for the season.
Juneteenth?
It is
that tomorrow?
It is Juneteenth tomorrow. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy
tomorrow.
Juneteenth. June's a big month.
June is a big month. It is also, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Men's Mental Health Month.
Is it actually?
It actually is.
Men's Mental Health Month.
It is. It's kind of a
tongue twister.
It is kind of a tongue twister. Text your therapist that 5 times.
Yeah.
Men's Mental Health Month. Men's Mental Health Month.
Men's Mental Health Month. Yeah.
So I was reading this like horrible statistic.
Okay.
Did you know in 60 minutes, 60 men will die by suicide?
Really?
Yeah.
Every minute?
Every minute. Yeah, it's one of those things like, why wouldn't you just say like every minute someone dies?
Yeah. Well, maybe because the phrasing it like that really puts it into perspective.
Sound larger.
Like if they said like every 1,714 minutes, 1,714 men pass away from self-unaliving.
Self-unaliving. Yeah, so, we don't have to dig in too deep, but, it's just one of those things where it's a good reminder to check in on your friends, whether they're absolutely a man or not, but especially dudes, we like to suffer in silence. I mean, Elliott and I were pretty vocal about.
That's true. I tell everyone about my suffering.
Yeah, which is good.
But I didn't used to.
He didn't used to.
So, yeah, I think that is a very important point to make. Make sure that you are keeping on top of your mental health, doing what is going to keep you healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, every type way. Talk to a therapist. Talk about your feelings. Be open. And, take care of yourself.
Yeah. Happy Men's Mental Health Month.
Happy Men's Mental Health Month, baby.
Is there a Women's Mental Health Month? I guess I don't know that.
I don't know. There should be.
There should be.
I don't know.
It'd be a little weird if there weren't.
But the other thing that's going on is today is Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Shout out to all those dads out there.
Shout out.
Honestly, yeah, being a dad, it's awesome. I myself am a new dad. This is my first Father's Day, so I'm very excited about it. Yes, please clap at me. Give me praise. I deserve it.
Clap at you?
Yeah. Yep. Stop.
That's what clapping at you is.
But yeah, it's important to have good dads in the world, man. It really is. We need dads who are there for their children, not just going to work, providing financially, but being there for their child, being a part of their child's life, and being a role model and somebody who really cares.
I couldn't disagree more.
Oh.
This one's for all you bad dads out there. Guys who aren't, providing financially, emotionally. Shout out you guys.
Okay. Anyways, fathers are important. Make sure that you're doing your best if you are a dad to be the good dad, the dad that you want to be. Take care of your family, your children, everybody.
And even if you're not. I'm just kidding.
You're still human.
Dads are great.
Dads are great. Dads are great. The whole point. Dads are great. Shout out dads. It's Father's Day. Woo!
Did you do any stereotypically fatherly things today?
No, not really. I had the morning to myself, though. I went and taught my fitness class, and then I went to the gym for almost 2 hours.
That sounds like a horrible...
Because Megan told me that I could
Sunday.
I could go as long as I wanted. I could have gone longer, but I wanted to get home because I wanted to see my baby because I'm a dad. But yeah, no, it was actually pretty awesome. I got to go to the gym for as long as I wanted, and I decided to go it was shy of 2 hours. It was probably an hour 40.
That is such a long time to be exercising.
That might have included travel time. So really, the whole workout itself was probably like an hour 20.
That's a little
So not
more,
too bad.
A little more manageable.
Not too bad.
You do that every day?
No, because I don't have the time. So today was special. I've been going for like a solid hour.
All right.
I do that every day. Solid hour.
It's pretty good.
Which is like standard. That's pretty much what you need. And you could do it in a 45. You could do it in 45. I've just I've gotten more efficient with my workouts now, you know. I'm in quick. I'm doing more efficient exercises, and I'm not just dilly-dallying. You know, when you go to the gym and you see the men on the weight floor and they're sitting on the bench and they're just on their phone because they're just waiting for their next set. So you got to let your muscles recover for a second, and you're just like, they're scrolling. Not me. I'm out there. I'm just slinging 50s, slinging weight, baby, slinging 90s. Who knows? I meant like pounds.
So are you not working up a sweat while you teach, or is it kind of one of those classes where you kind of say like,
oh,
hey,
no.
do X, Y, Z,
when
and
I
you just kind of
teach,
stand there?
So my role as the coach is to just tell them what the workout is, explain the movements, and then as we're going through the warm-up / workout, I correct any issues that I see, remind them of like cues of what they should be thinking of when they're doing the movements, as well as just cheering them on and keeping them motivated. Kind of a cheerleader sometimes. That's part of it. You can't always fix every little thing that's going on. And then I'm also part DJ because I get to pick the music.
That sounds like a wonderful way to start your day.
It's awesome.
And now you're recording this podcast. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, I keep myself busy. I do a lot. You know, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what else is exciting about this upcoming week?
What?
You don't know?
Juneteenth?
Yes, happy Juneteenth.
I'm excited for Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. A couple days after Juneteenth.
It's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
It's your birthday's coming up.
I'm turning 26.
Turning 26, finally.
Yeah. Finally.
Well, I mean, I've already got my eyes set on 27 personally.
I guess I've probably been there for the last few years, but I've reached the age where it's like not exciting anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
No, now once you're in your mid-20s, it's just kind of like every few years there's a fun birthday. Like 25 is okay, 30's the big one, and then you get them every decade, 40, 50.
But now I'm like at the point where I'm closer to being 30 than I am to being 20.
Yeah.
That makes me feel not so great.
It's okay.
That's like, not really.
I know, man. We're getting there.
Not loving
Time
it
just
there.
doesn't stop. It just won't stop. So are you having like a quarter life crisis? Turning 26? Are you really, it's getting to you?
It's just like the last few birthdays have all kind of like hit like, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah.
Like what am I doing with my life?
It's true. What are you doing?
And then I'll give myself a goal for the upcoming year.
Yeah.
And then I won't be
And then-
anywhere.
then you accomplish it, right?
Won't be anywhere close. Although I mean, last birthday we got incredibly wasted and said we wanted to start a podcast. So I will consider that a success because we're 40 some episodes deep. We're still kicking. It might be done any one of these days, but for now we're still going. Anything can happen.
Hey, at least we did something, right?
At least we did something.
You wanted to do that. We did it.
When I was 24, I didn't have a podcast.
Yeah.
Now
you do.
for most of my 25 year, I have a podcast.
Big year.
Not everyone can do it.
Not anyone can just make a podcast. It's tough.
There's not a lot of podcasts out there.
Not a lot.
Although I will say you'll find a ton of podcasts that have like 3, 4, 5 episodes and then they're done.
That's true.
We've been very consistent.
Stuck with it.
We've only missed one once, but that was
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it was like all your fault. You had that surgery.
Yeah, no, that was the surgery day. Yeah, it's really tough.
I'm so proud of you for being strong.
I still can't taste anything.
Oh. That's weird for a hip
My
surgery.
vision is still blurry.
Yeah, that's really weird for a hip surgery.
Yeah, sometimes my eyelids just start bleeding.
I think that's something else.
I need to go back in.
I think you're being haunted or something.
Yeah, I might be oppressed or possessed, one of those two.
I might be oppressed.
Well, that's like the stages of it, isn't it? Oppression is the first stage before possession.
That sounds like...
I'm very versed in the paranormal.
I think you're talking
that
about...
I don't even believe
I think you're talking about fascism.
No. Look it up. Look it up. Everyone in the paranormal community will have my back on this one. So get ready, because we're coming at you with the facts.
Aside from your Sunday, how was the rest of your week?
It was great. So we went up to the lake, or went to Megan's parents have this place on a lake. We went there. So that was fun. We went there on Friday and most of Saturday, kind of hung out, ate some food. My father-in-law also has a Blackstone grill, so we got to just cook up some good food
at the cabin.
There. Yeah, at their, not at my cabin, no, at their little trailer they have. But yeah, he has a Blackstone. They have a smaller one though. It's much smaller than mine. Very tiny. Almost looks like a children-sized Blackstone.
Yeah, a little Tykes.
Yeah,
Blackstone.
it's actually the Fisher Price Blackstone that they just came out with. It's really nice, but it still cooks. Still cooks great. But anyways, yeah, we had some good food. Hung around the campfire. Actually, it was just me and my father-in-law at the campfire because Megan and her mom went to sleep, and so was the baby, because the baby can't be around the bonfire. You can't have babies around bonfires.
Why not?
Smoke or heat or bugs, all of the above.
Interesting.
Just wouldn't bring a baby around a bonfire. You're not supposed to.
Okay.
He's too young.
All right.
Don't put him near the fire.
What is the right age to inhale smoke?
When
are you allowed to
I mean,
do that?
I started when I was like 17. I started inhaling smoke on a regular basis. So, yeah, maybe around then.
He's an American Spirits smoke kind of guy.
Yeah, big AS smokes. The other thing that happened was that my father-in-law gifted me a guitar for Father's Day. It's sitting behind us.
It's off camera, but it's there.
Yes.
It's huge. It's a Fender. It's signed by Aerosmith.
The whole band, yeah.
It's not on camera. We can just say whatever the fuck.
You're right. No. Well, not Aerosmith, because now what's his name is pretty problematic. Steven Tyler's. Didn't he have like those accusations or some sort of assault or something? I don't know.
He's
whatever.
a rock star, bro.
That's what they do, man. Yeah, it's signed by. It's signed by.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
You
It's actually Garth Brooks' original guitar from when he was. It was the first guitar that he got. Somehow, my father-in-law actually knows Garth Brooks through a couple of their college friends that they had. They had a big weekend in Nashville one time. Ran into Garth.
No, I got a good one. It's signed by Machine Gun Kelly.
Cleveland's own.
I was just trying to think of like the least exciting person to sign a guitar.
Rebecca Black.
Hey, she was like in control of the zeitgeist for like.
That's true. Hey, she's
years.
awesome.
She is awesome.
She's awesome now.
She never wasn't awesome.
She's never stopped being awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out Rebecca Black. We know you're listening.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now my mission is to learn the guitar. So I've had it for maybe like 48 hours, and I've already learned 4 chords. I've watched a number of videos, and my goal is to just do 15 minutes a day, just get better each time, switching between the chords, and then eventually we'll kind of just keep moving forward, keep, enhancing the abilities. Soon I'll be just ripping guitar. I'll just be.
Are you good at fingering?
Yes.
Sometimes I like to make a joke, but sometimes I can't keep my face straight.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to play guitar soon, and then me and my father-in-law can jam, and then also I can play to my baby Wesley, because I'm a father. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
To all those good dads.
And to the bad ones too. Because without bad dads, we wouldn't have Luke Skywalker.
That's a good point.
Tiger Woods.
Oh.
I feel like his situation is a bit overblown.
Yeah, probably.
I remember like hating him as a kid for like no reason.
Tiger Woods?
Yeah, because like we're like
you hated Tiger Woods.
I mean, people talk.
Who
shit.
hates Tiger Woods?
People, and when we're like middle school or elementary school, everyone talks shit about Tiger Woods.
He's just got a lot of demons, man. He's like addicted to painkillers.
That's what I'm saying. It's completely overblown. I mean, he cheated, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot of people do. Does that make him a bad dad?
This guy is minimizing cheating.
Well, okay, it's a bad thing, but like, are we gonna demonize a man? It's Tiger Woods.
I couldn't think of other bad dads.
You know how many championship golf things? I don't care about golf. I don't know anything about golf.
Michael Jackson.
Why are you bringing him up?
His dad was horrible.
Yes.
So, and we couldn't have Michael Jackson without a bad dad. So I'm just saying, bad dads, y'all rock.
Oh, what have you been up to? What have you done this week?
I went to a baseball game with my mama.
Nice.
And my team lost.
Yep.
And it was like not exciting to the point where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Why do you do this to yourself?
I counted in I have like an MLB app, and it like tracks all your tickets, so it tells you what teams you've seen, which is actually pretty cool.
Nice.
In the last like 3 years, I think I've seen almost every single team play.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. What teams haven't you seen?
Oh. Anyways, I don't know. I don't have it like a.
Well, I thought you knew.
I don't have like.
You said almost all of them, so it sounded like there wasn't very many. So maybe there was like only a couple that
so
you
now
still need to see.
I'm trying to remember if it was.
Have you seen the Dodgers?
I have seen. I actually saw the Dodgers and
Have you
Giants
seen the Mariners?
play. Yes, I've seen the Mariners.
Have you seen the Tigers?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Phillies?
No, I don't think.
Hasn't seen the Phillies.
Hasn't seen the Phillies. But
I'm a big Phillies guy.
I'm sure you are.
Mm-hmm.
That actually ties into my rec of the week.
Perfect.
Recommend Philly
Philadelphia.
cheesesteaks.
The air quality in Philadelphia.
But I've seen 27 games. I've seen the Twins play
this
27
year?
games since 2019.
Oh, still, wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
What do you think their record is in those games?
In the games you've seen in the 27 games?
Yeah,
probably like 7-20.
It's 11-16.
That's crazy.
The record is 407 since I've been watching them. And that includes a playoff loss, which was fucking heartbreaking.
Wow.
But
you've seen a lot of bad games.
Yeah, I almost exclusively see bad games.
You should stop going and see if they start winning.
I know. And most of those wins were honestly from 2019 when they were pretty good. And then everything after that, they've sucked.
Sure.
And so I'm like reaching the point where like, is this worth it for me? Like the enjoyment I get out of it is like not worth the stress and like anger.
Yeah.
That's being produced by like countless losses.
Speaking of mental health, men's awareness.
Yeah, man.
You know?
If you're at the point where like a sports team is like controlling most of
your emotions,
your happiness, maybe cut cold turkey.
Maybe just stop.
Find a new team.
Yeah.
Or just pick a team that doesn't lose. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah, just pick a new one. I mean, I hate when people are like, "Oh, you have to pick the team that you live by." It's like, who cares? I could lie to you. I could just be like, "Yeah, I was born and raised in Philadelphia. I'm a big Phillies fan. I've been a Phillies fan since 1998. My dad grew up in Philly. He has family there. We go there every Christmas. It's amazing. Philadelphia is a beautiful town, and I love the city of brotherly love."
Foot in Pennsylvania.
I have stepped foot in Pennsylvania.
When?
I used to live in New Jersey, and we actually went to church in Pennsylvania because we lived in western New Jersey. So when we drove to church in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, we were in Pennsylvania. So shout out PA, my old stomping grounds, and the place where I love and that my dad grew up in, and that we see family there every Christmas. It's awesome. They give me great gifts. Last year I got a drone.
What?
Yeah, I got a drone last year from my Philly fam.
I got really excited. I know you're BSing, but I got really excited because like I love drones.
Dude, wouldn't it be sick if I actually had a drone?
I feel like you're just not the type of person to own a drone.
Yeah, probably not, but like it would be pretty cool. Just because they're expensive, though.
You know who to own a drone?
Who?
Neil.
Yeah?
Neil would own a drone.
I'm surprised he doesn't already.
Own a drone, Neil, so you can play with it.
Yeah, get a drone. Anybody, actually anyone listening right now, get a drone so I can play with it.
Yeah, just text us.
I just want to play with the drone.
Sound off in the comments if you have a drone so you can play with it.
Yeah, just let us know if you have a drone and let me know what I got to do to get it.
But me and my brothers were actually talking a couple days ago because we're all kind of like in this collective pit of like despair over our team. They keep losing.
Yeah.
And we're like discussing like who like we should just all move on. Let's pick someone.
Move on.
My picks, if I could, like if it was socially acceptable and I was like completely prepared to like upend my loyalty to a team, I would pick either the Seattle Mariners, who are also not that great, or the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, why?
The Mariners, they've never been to the World Series. So
Cool.
they're like kind of like a consistent underdog.
Nice.
And they're like water themed. And I like
Water's
that.
cool.
Water's cool. And Atlanta Braves, they're just like for whatever reason, there's like a connection between the Twins and the Braves. Like the fan bases are good to one another.
Really?
Or I'd pick the Tampa Rays.
Okay.
Water themed.
Water themed. I would pick the Baltimore Orioles.
Really?
Yeah. Because when I was like 7, I was playing like T-ball and we were the Orioles.
I was the Tigers.
So I have a connection to the Baltimore Orioles because of my childhood.
They're good this year.
And my mom was born in Baltimore.
Really?
And we have family out in Baltimore, and we visit them every Thanksgiving.
You're just making shit
They have the best food. Like, it's amazing. We got scalloped potatoes. We got turkey, but it's not dry.
You don't even know
it's
like
consistently
the Baltimore
good.
cuisine. Potatoes and turkey?
I said we go there for Thanksgiving. Of course we're going to have potatoes and turkey. We also have stuffing.
Cards on the table. Where were your parents born?
I just told you. I told you where they were born. My dad from Philly. My mom from Baltimore. They met through mutual friends at a company that they both happened to work at. Then they moved to Minnesota because they like the climate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of the climate.
Yeah. They wanted to get they wanted to have they wanted to have snowmobiles and jet skis in the same state.
I feel like I'm walking through mud listening to you
It's
talk
the
about
only state where you can have jet skis and snowmobiles at the same time. Minnesota's the only state you could do that.
You've completely lost me.
No, this is the only state where you can own both those vehicles, and it's totally fine.
Your family doesn't
you can
own
get
either
good
of those
use
vehicles.
in both of them.
You
You don't know what they own. My dad makes plenty of money. He has a jet ski and a snowmobile, and he puts them to use every year. He's worked very hard to get those vehicles. It's always been a dream of his since he was growing up in Philly, 7 years old, grew up on the wrong side of the tracks.
South Philly, North Philly, East Philly,
South
West
Philly, baby.
No.
Born and raised.
Chris wouldn't talk the way he talks if he was born in
Born
South Philly.
and raised.
Chris wouldn't leave South Philly if he was born in
When
South
the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he almost set fire to their house. It was an accident. It was a firework situation, a firework accident. Anyways, enough about my family and our origins.
That was a marathon. Oh, you got some recommendations?
Yeah, I do have a recommendation of the week, and this doesn't come lightly from me because I don't play a lot of video games. I don't. This is a common fact that people know about me. I don't play a lot of video games. I only play ones with my friends or ones that my friends really, really want me to play. And this game was recommended to me by a dear friend of mine. Way better than you. Just kidding. This game is called Inscription.
Sounds dumb.
Have you heard of it?
Sounds stupid. Sounds like I wouldn't play it. Sounds like whoever recommended it's a bozo. Sounds like they could never be a better friend than me.
So it's like a horror card building game. So essentially you have these cards with different abilities. You build a deck, but there's also a horror aspect of it because you can also get up from the table where you're playing this card game against this weird guy who seems to be holding you captive. And then there's clues around this little cabin that you're being held captive in. So you can like gain more abilities with your cards, or you can just like solve puzzles and like try to figure out what's going on. So it's this card game where you have to defeat this weird man holding you captive who plays different characters such as the prospector and like some other weird. It's weird. It's a really weird game, but it's awesome because I love a good deck building game. I love to build a deck and just play a card game and get crazy with it.
And this is on your 3DS, or where do you play this?
I play this on my PSP. No, it's on my PS4. I still have a PS4, okay? Get off my back.
If you need money, just say the word.
I don't need money. I just don't spend money on things like desktop computers, PS5s, Wiis.
Did you own a Wii?
My parents bought us one, or we got one when we were kids, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
Anyways, it's a good game. Would recommend it. It's a lot of fun. If you like deck building games or horror games, they're kind of fun. It's not too horror-y. It's not too much of a horror game. It's just a slight aspect of it. It's not scary at all, but the deck building aspect is what I really love, and I enjoy the game a lot. Shout out Neil for putting that in front of my eyes, letting me see the light.
I'd recommend games to you if you just listened.
You recommend like the what's the weird Viking one you guys used to play?
What?
Valhalla or whatever.
Valheim?
Valheim.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
If you could like afford to play it, you would have loved it.
If I could afford it?
I'm just saying, like everyone's.
He just called me poor. Live on the podcast on Father's Day, nonetheless.
Everyone's saying you can't play Valheim, so
during Men's Mental Health Month.
Poverty is a fairly large contributor to mental health. I'm here for you.
Fine. If you have any recommendations, just let me know, man. And maybe I'll give them a try.
Okay.
Speaking of which, what is your recommendation of the week?
Waifu Simulator.
What?
8. I bet if you checked Neil's Steam library, you'd see something along those lines.
What is it?
I just told you.
Yeah, but what is it?
I just made that up, but I'm pretty sure it's
Okay, so you made it
I'm
up.
saying something along those lines.
Wait, what does that mean?
You'll find it in Neil's Steam library.
Okay.
Because you guys are into that
I don't know what you're talking about.
anime shit.
Oh. I don't watch too much anime, actually.
What? Yes, you do.
I watch like a select few. Naruto. I've dabbled in One Piece. I watch My Hero Academia. That's kind of it.
It's a lot of week. All right, my recommendation of the week. It's very popular, so you know. Am I tiring you out? Is something I'm doing too much for you?
I'm gonna start drinking again. I'm just kidding. What? What is it?
It just came like season 16 or 17 just came out. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of
Philadelphia,
the Phillies, your father's fake lineage.
I don't know what to tell you. That's just where he came from, but fine.
But Emily and I have been diving back into Always Sunny since the new season came out. And I fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
I know it's a fairly controversial show, but the thing you need to understand
Yeah.
is that it's about the 5 worst people you've ever met.
Yep.
And it's about them doing the worst things imaginable.
Yeah.
And it's so extreme that it's funny. And so do they do and say things that are no longer consistent with social standards?
Absolutely.
Absolutely they do. But that's kind of the point.
Yep.
And so the thing that is kind of jarring about the newer seasons is they're all, except for Danny DeVito, who's already kind of old when the show started.
Yeah.
They all look so
I know.
They
If you
look really
watch
old.
from season 1 and then turn on the newest season, they look so different.
because they've almost been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Honestly, because they haven't released a season every year. So they're probably very, very close to doing it for 20 years, which is crazy for any show, really.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
That thing's churning out.
TARDIS. Those little alien robot things.
That's not
The angels where you can't close your eyes.
Yeah.
Don't blink.
This guy, Doctor Who.
I know a lot about Doctor Who.
But if you haven't checked it out before, watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's very good.
Very good.
Charlie Day, Glenn Howerton,
Rob McElhenney.
Caitlin
Caitlin Olsen.
and
Danny DeVito.
and the god himself, Danny DeVito. I was actually reading a story about Danny DeVito the other day.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he saved some guy's life.
When?
It was quite a long time ago, but I guess this guy who was telling the story, he was very depressed, very suicidal, and he was skiing. I think he was on a family skiing trip, but he was going up a ski lift.
Yeah.
And
Those are scary.
They are scary. I hate
ski
lifts. I will never get on a ski lift. I hate heights. Do you have a height thing?
Yeah, I don't like heights.
Wow.
I try to face my fear as much as possible, but it still hasn't worked.
Brotherhood. I also hate heights.
Hate them.
It created a rift between me and my dad while he was still alive.
Why?
He's really
a
into
professional skydiver?
He's really into roller coasters.
Oh, he's a big roller head.
And I was like the little baby that was like, I don't want to go. So someone have to watch me while everyone else goes on. That's all. We don't have to talk about it.
You're one of those kids. A pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Where your parents are just like, we spent our hard-earned money to bring you to this theme park and ride roller coasters, and now you're being a little bitch and you don't want to ride them.
That's exactly true.
Get on the twirly whirl. Get on the twirly whirl.
I actually would. The twirly whirl, if we're on the same page, that one doesn't go off the ground.
That's true.
That one just
but it does spin you.
Makes
It does
you
spin
sick.
you like a dreidel.
But anywho, this kid was on a ski lift with a guy who later turned out to be Danny DeVito, and he was just kind of talking about his feelings. Danny DeVito picked up on the fact that he didn't appear to be doing so well, and they just talked through it. And Danny DeVito talked about how he went through a lot of the same things and kind of turned the guy's day around, kind of turned his life around.
Wow.
And now he's here telling the story.
What do you mean he later found out it was Danny DeVito? I feel like it's pretty evident that it's Danny DeVito.
Mid conversation, he's wearing ski shit.
Yeah, but what is he, 4'10"?
He's
It's pretty. It's Danny DeVito.
But I mean, he's you sound really familiar, but he never really talked about it. It was just them talking through their feelings together, and then realizing, oh shit, that was Danny DeVito.
I just feel like if I'm having a conversation with a man, I'd know it's Danny DeVito.
Well, I think this was quite a while ago, so you got to I'm assuming this may have been pre Always Sunny.
Oh.
So
Still,
like put yourself like imagine you're like 13.
he did that one.
You're gonna recognize him right away?
Maybe. No.
Probably not.
Well, I wouldn't be on a ski lift.
You're also talking like through your depression, and you're like.
You're right. Maybe you're. Speaking of Men's Mental Health Month, I'm really getting it down. Really getting the tongue. So he talked him off the ledge. He helped him out. That's good.
Helped him realize he wasn't alone and that it was okay to feel the way he felt. And
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out Danny DeVito.
I love Danny DeVito. He's one of those guys that like, if it came out he was like a horrible person, my life would be ruined.
Yeah, that would suck.
Guys
I wish
like
Danny DeVito was my therapist.
Tom Hanks, Danny DeVito.
Tom Hanks does suck.
What?
Ugh.
Okay, he's just saying that because he likes to like go against the grain.
No, Tom Hanks is so bland.
He's a national
After
hero.
I saw him in Elvis, I'd never want to see him again.
All right, that is not like a movie you should be basing his skill.
I'm basing his whole career off of that one film.
When he's in a fat suit, he looks awful.
It was really bad.
I refuse to watch it. But who are some people that like, if it turns out they were, like I know you're a big Louis C.K. fan.
That's not you make a lot of Louis C.K. jokes, man.
I was
watch yourself.
I was actually fairly big fan of his, and I was watching the Louis series in college, and then the news came out. I was like, "Fuck, you need to watch that."
I can't watch this. Somebody comes over, you're watching it. I just this just came on. I was just in the middle of season 4. I had to finish it. I had to see how it ended.
But like, I mean, the show and his comedic routine kind of give you a hint that he's probably not the best person on.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like
if anyone was masturbating in front of women, it's probably Louis C.K.
It's true. I think Michael Cera.
That one would be really
Jonah
weird.
Hill.
Yeah, that too.
Seth Rogen.
Okay, so
all those people. That whole genre of actor.
That James Franco.
Yeah. No, he is a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
Anyone who was in Superbad. Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader might actually crush me.
That would crush me on a new level.
I love Bill Hader. Good
me
guy.
too.
I wish I had his voice.
Really?
Yeah,
he's got a great voice.
He's got a great voice, and he has the type of voice that he can manipulate it.
He's really good at impressions.
Yeah,
he's incredible at them.
I'm really good at impressions too.
Doing.
Name somebody.
Halle Berry.
I don't know that one.
You don't have a good Halle Berry?
No.
Joe Biden. That one should be easier.
All right, I'm not good at impressions. I'm realizing now.
All right, he's backtracking. He's backpedaling.
In the moment, I'm not very good at them. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay, man. Hey, it's all right. Hey, whoa. Don't beat yourself up. Hey,
thanks.
Men's Mental Health Month.
Thanks for taking care of me.
It's okay, man.
The theme came back.
It's okay to not be okay. Yes.
I haven't been to therapy in months.
Really?
You want to know the craziest thing about therapy?
What?
Or at least, so I started going to therapy again in end of 2021.
Uh-huh.
And then through 2022. I never paid a bill.
What?
Like, not once.
Didn't they take your information at the beginning and then they charge you?
I never paid. I've never paid.
You've never...
And I'm just like waiting for a bill.
You shouldn't say that.
I'm just waiting for a bill to hit.
See, with mine, it was just, they would just take it out. Like, they had my card information, then they would just bill me automatically. Like, I wouldn't get a physical bill that would just come out of my account. Or out of my...
I mean, they took my...
Charge my credit
They took
card.
my insurance, but they like, didn't take my credit card information.
Oh. So you've never paid?
Never paid.
What if they're just, like, trying to find you?
That's like, that worries me. Like, I also, like, on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, I had to go, like, to the dental ER.
Yeah.
And I just, like, never got a bill for that. I'm, like, kind of worried.
What do you... Okay. Are they sending... Maybe they have the wrong address. Are they sending it to, like, your mom's house?
She hasn't gotten anything that either.
I guess if they don't send the bill, though, like, that's on them. Like, if they're not sending you a bill, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I would just... Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Hospitals and, like, clinics, they're really fucking bad at billing you, though.
That's true.
Like, I remember getting a bill literally 1 year to the day that I had gone to the ER.
That's insane.
1 year.
That's crazy.
And they're like, hey, you really need to pay this. I'm like, okay, maybe bill me one full
maybe
year
let me
later.
know sooner that I have to pay you. It's ridiculous.
Go whole long time.
Time.
How fucking horrible the United States mental health care and, healthcare systems are in general.
No, they really are.
They suck.
They suck.
Viva la revolution.
What?
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah, okay.
And I really hope you have an answer. Because if you don't, it's going to suck.
Me too.
What's the cringiest thing you've ever put on social media?
The cringiest thing I've ever put on social media?
Yeah. I'll let you think. I can start.
Oh, okay, you start.
I got a great one. So I was one of those kids who got onto Facebook really quick. I was like, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And I actually, like, a couple weeks back, I went through and, like, just deleted all of the old comments because of how gross and cringy they were. But I would, like, openly talk about how I was feeling. And I was, angsty and, looking back, probably depressed. But I would just make that really well known. And I don't remember the context behind it, but I found this post where I was like, when it rains, it pours. And someone in my grade replied like a bully, because I was bullied pretty heavily in middle school. They're like, "This is gay. You're gay." And I'm like, "Whoa!
You're the reason I feel this way."
I'm having a bad day, and someone's like,
"Fuck you,
gay."
Man, I feel depressed. Gay.
And so it's like kind of like a time machine of like my worst moments possible. So I just went through and like delete.
I've done that.
Delete.
I've done that. Because I was similar, like Facebook, like when you're young, like you should not have access to posting anything when you're
you should not have social media.
Like developmental years of becoming a person. Like you don't know how to control your emotions or feelings, and definitely don't know how to express them, especially in this society, the way we treat men's mental health.
Don't say someone's gay. Online.
Don't.
Unless it's like an objective fact.
Unless like
if I'm out and someone just saying, "Hey, you're gay."
I mean, like, yeah, but they meant it in a malicious, like mean way.
This was like 20.
You suck.
This was like 202011 when that was like still
and
like
that was
a very
an insult, right?
Pejorative.
That's so weird that was an insult at one point. It's crazy to me.
I know.
Or like things like what? What?
So what? Maybe I do. Maybe I'm into you. Flip the script. Boom.
Yeah, flip them.
I'm in a relationship with my bully.
Yeah, but can you just go on Facebook and just put yourself in a relationship with them on Facebook? Can you do that?
Yeah, I thought that was the thing you could do. Like it wasn't like a consensual thing. You could just say, yes, I'm dating Elliott. And it was up to them to put it on their
I
their
think you
page
could
too.
say that. Yeah, if anyone says something to you like that, just do that. Just put yourself in a relationship with them. Not that Facebook is a thing anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's just like racists and like middle-aged folks.
Yeah.
Which is fine, let them have their let them have
at
their
least,
space.
I mean, they have a space, I guess. They shouldn't have a space. No, it's called the VFW. I'm just kidding. What does that even mean? I don't know. The old people gather there, right?
I like the VFW.
Really?
Yeah.
I just picture old people in there. I don't think I've ever actually been.
It's usually like hamburgers. Like if they have a dining room, they'll like serve you hamburgers and like fairly cheap.
It's not just like old people sitting.
I mean, they're just, who do you think's
I
making
just figured it was a lot of old people.
Yeah, it is a lot of old people. You are correct there.
You know where old people can go and be racist? The nursing home.
But not everyone at a VFW is racist.
Yeah, I figured.
But most are old.
Well, you're right. I don't want to generalize, especially on Men's Mental Health Month.
Or Pride Month.
Or Pride Month.
Or the day.
Or Juneteenth.
Juneteenth Eve. It is Juneteenth Eve.
Or Father's Day. I don't want to generalize on any of those occasions,
Do you have tomorrow off?
No.
Neither do I.
I don't.
I bet banking people.
I think banks do.
Our banking friend probably has tomorrow.
Banks do.
Fucker.
Well, they should have it off.
It's a good holiday, but it's weird to like, because it was last year or 2 years ago that they it became a federally recognized holiday.
Yep.
And then to just see like white bankers get to take advantage, that's weird to me.
They're just taking the day off because they can.
Whatever.
I'm all for it.
Do you have any cringy moments to share?
No, not really.
What? I gave you so much time to think
about
it.
I know I've had those weird posts, but I don't have one in particular, I don't think. I know I've gone back and deleted some. I don't know.
Did you even post on?
Not really.
Facebook?
Not very often.
You're more of a Twitter guy. But even then,
I did go through a phase in college.
Did you even have access to the internet?
No, see, that was the thing. My dad didn't have it growing up in Philly, so when we moved here, he actually hadn't figured out the whole Wi-Fi thing for a while. We had dial-up up until 2010, I think.
It didn't exist. In this fake scenario where your dad grew up in South Philly, the internet didn't exist.
Yeah, but they didn't have any technology or anything. He was really, really his parents were old school, and I'm talking old school. I think he only had those old record players that they had in the 1920s. He had one of those in his bedroom.
Was it one of the
sold it last year
like
for a pretty penny
the
though.
big,
He
like-
made a good chunk of change on that because I think it was made of like real like brass and like old oak
That's
wood.
what I'm asking.
It was
one
a
of the
very
ones-
it was like an antique. It was beautiful actually.
did
I
it
can't
have,
believe
like,
he
one of those
sold the thing.
big
'Cause I was
horns?
heartbroken because I really wanted to put it in my house.
like a big horn connected to
Yeah,
it?
like a big horn. Like it was
Yeah.
like one of those things. It was like you'd play old like 1930s World War II jams on it.
Like late 1930s.
Yeah, like pre-World War II, like right before 1941 when Pearl Harbor happened. That's the kind of music he was listening to. Still does to this day.
Okay. So if you can't think of anything,
No, I was more of a Twitter guy in college though, but I was like I think I would like tweet weird shit like oh man, what did I like weird like trying to be like philosophical like spiritual stuff, you know.
can
Like,
attest.
I can't even think of a good example, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I shouldn't have had access to the internet until last year, basically. I don't think anyone should have given it to me.
I mean that's probably when your brain maybe became fully
like
formed.
developed, yeah.
It's pretty weird to think about.
I finally just became a full functioning human.
I gained sentience like yesterday.
Yesterday.
Before then, had no idea.
I
what's
know.
going on.
I mean,
now,
before then you were just talking nonsense.
yeah. Now we're a no nonsense podcast.
No nonsense. We are now full grown adults. This guy's turning 26 soon, so we have to really get it together.
Going forward, we're talking taxes.
Taxes.
We're talking house care.
Talking the stock market. The Dow. I'm talking about health insurance.
The spy.
The
Puts. Spy? SPY? Spy. Puts. Options.
Sure.
Call.
Yeah, I know what that is because I'm an adult.
Margin.
401ks, Roth IRAs.
My 401k, let me tell you, is growing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. You don't want to retire. You want to retire early if you can.
And my 401k estimates how much money I'll have per month by the time I retire.
Yeah.
$60 a month.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm heavily, I've got a very,
You're going to work till you die.
got a very aggressive portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crypto. It's all crypto. Dog coin.
Yeah, that's over with. Crypto's done.
Is
It's
it?
not.
I haven't
I
checked.
don't think it's really a thing
I haven't
anymore.
checked my 401k. I'm pretty diverse in all the coins.
Yeah,
that
you're
I'm-
pretty. Yeah. Okay.
Penis coin. If I had one. That'd be what it's called. Penis coin.
Okay. Do you want some bizarre news?
Sure, man. I feel like I put out a great question on the table and you just
I don't have a
just spit in
specific
my hand.
example, but yeah, obviously I shouldn't have ever had access to the internet.
I used to make parody Eminem album covers. Do you remember that?
No. Wait, really?
Yeah, I'll try to find one.
Oh, I got to see that.
I did it for
Post it.
for Recovery.
Yeah. Wait, what was what was it?
Recovery was literally just me walking in the snow. Like
Oh, that's good.
it wasn't much of a parody.
Oh, that's good.
But I did
What'd you do for
Not Afraid. That the one where he's like,
where he's like got his hand out,
yeah, I'll find it.
he's doing this thing.
I think I said Skittles instead of Eminem,
Nice.
and I'm like, I am afraid.
That's good.
I was like,
What'd you do for Relapse?
I didn't.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't do that one.
What'd you do for Slim Shady LP where he's got the body in the trunk?
That one.
You remade that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were in the trunk. You don't remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right. I was in the trunk. I didn't like being in there. It was dark. He wouldn't let me out for a long time.
Bizarre news.
Bizarre news.
What are you drinking over there? Looks like a very festive can. Very
It's a Ghost. It's an energy
Ghost.
drink.
Can I smell it?
This has been a recommendation of the week for me before, if you do recall. That particular flavor is
Tropical mango.
tropical mango. I also really love the cherry lime.
I'm a huge fan of that color scheme. Like a
Yeah, I mean they've got good branding.
light blue and an orange.
It's very lively energy.
Makes me feel like I'm on the island. You know.
On the island. Gas station clerk asks friend to rob the store so he can go home early.
That's a good friend. That'll do.
Honestly, good friend.
Good friend.
Like if you have a friend who's willing to commit a crime for you just so you can get off of work early, pretty good friend. We all need friends like that. A gas station employee in Tulsa, Oklahoma is accused of asking a friend to find someone to rob the store so he can go home early, police said. The investigation began when the employee, Isaiah Jones, reported that a man walked into the store and handed him a note that read, "Give me all your money or I will shoot you." Jones complied, and the suspect left with cash. Investigators later identified Stephen Jones, no relation, as the suspect and arrested him. However, police said there was more to the story than what appeared. Stephen Jones confessed to the robbery, but then said his friend, Aaliyah Locke, set up the crime because Isaiah Jones had asked her if someone could rob the store so he could leave early. We've already established that.
That's such a long-term consequence, and you just wanted to get off work once.
I feel like you could just leave work.
Yeah, I would have just left.
They wouldn't fire you the first time.
I might have just quit too if it was
It's a gas station job, just leave.
It's pretty low.
You could find another one.
Pretty low effort.
Clearly you're not passionate about the industry, the gasoline industry, and working in a store like that.
So they released his name, so he's not a minor. This is
I guess not.
Someone fully capable of feeling the heavy weight of the United States justice system.
Honestly, it's pretty silly. There's better ways to get out of work, but so they both men were arrested. Right now they were released on bond, so they're out.
Oh.
Waiting to just go on trial and see what happens after that. But Godspeed to those guys. That's tough because obviously, some days I don't want to be at work either. I get it.
Do you know anyone that can call in a bomb threat?
Don't do that though. Think of something else. Tell them you're sick.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna go home.
Say,
that works.
I just threw up. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I just shit my pants. Tell them that. Tell them you shit your pants.
I threw up.
You
know that story makes me think of? Do you remember when we were in 9th grade, and one of the upperclassmen that we were in show choir with, obviously not gonna name any names, but he was working at a gas station, and he successfully fended off a robber.
Yes.
And I remember another thing that just randomly makes me I was thinking about this maybe a couple months ago, but I remember hearing about that story and then us all cheering him on, but he just looked upset, and
he wasn't okay after.
Yeah,
if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's
we were all oh dude, that's so cool,
fucking cool, man.
Holy shit. And he was just traumatized.
Yeah, clearly traumatized.
Again, brain's not developed. I don't think we realized what the gravity of the situation that had occurred.
Because you're probably thinking, I don't want to.
I believe he was
I don't want to go to work. I don't feel safe anymore.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I think he stopped working at the gas station after that because he just didn't want to be there anymore.
I would have, because it was a physical altercation.
Yeah, it was a very serious situation.
Yeah. Although I think the guy came out I think he just had a potato gun or
but it looked real apparently.
Yeah.
So you don't know. You're not gonna roll the dice and be that's a fake gun.
Yeah.
So I can't believe that happened. That was a serious situation. He fended off a robber, which heroic act, but also very traumatizing, especially at that young age.
Yeah, man. You're maybe 17.
Yeah, you're this is what jobs are?
This sucks.
I can just get a gun pulled on me?
But also, word to the wise, if you're, working in customer service or in a position where you're, working a till or a register, just let them have the money.
Just give them everything.
Your life is not worth that.
Tell them, hey, take all the money. Take anything.
Yeah.
Just help yourself. I don't care.
Have some.
I just work here.
Some cigarettes.
Actually, here's the keys. I'm just gonna go home.
I remember working at Walgreens and being taught in the instructional videos that if you have to fight, use your surroundings to your benefit.
Yeah. Throw things at them.
Start ripping things off the counter.
Throw up a carton of cigarettes at them.
Yeah, I would light up a cigarette and then burn them with it. If I had enough time to light a cigarette.
If you had enough time, yeah.
Yeah. Just put it out of their hand and they're I'm dead.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think you would survive in a situation like that.
No, I would probably poop my pants and then pass out.
Yeah, just poop your pants.
It's good self-defense mechanism.
Just start screaming. I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I had to defend myself. I wouldn't know what to do.
We just saw how you reacted when you had to defend yourself.
See, I had no idea what to do.
I
just froze.
Clearly a threat, and you...
I just froze.
Yeah.
I went into panic.
You got another...
If you can see, I'm very uptight.
He is very uptight.
I'm very rigid. Tourist fights off kangaroo trying to get frisky with a woman.
Oh.
An American man visiting his daughter down under. Probably. Down under.
He's been practicing that. Ever since he found the article, he knew he wanted to say it like that.
Bobby. Probably wasn't planning on adding fighting Australian wildlife to his itinerary or going viral for it. Is going viral still a thing?
Yeah, man.
Kind of.
Just like we call less attention to it. Things just get really popular. We talk about them
There's
for a
just
little
so
bit.
many things that have gone viral. Like, I don't have time to, like, know everything that goes viral. So is it really that viral?
I feel like going viral was more of a applicable term in a time where something would happen and then everyone would talk about it for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And now, like, kind of everyone talks about everything all the time.
Yeah.
So it just,
it's tough.
It means less.
I can't stay on top of it. I can't know everything. But I do know about this. While attending a wildlife park in Perth with his family, the U.S. resident can be seen shielding another visitor from the small kangaroo and gently saying, "That's enough." What? Stop it, kangaroo. That is before the animal decides to get on his hind legs and challenge him. My dad was just trying to make sure that kangaroo stopped getting frisky with that lady, his daughter explained on TikTok. I like how that's like the source now is like on TikTok. Like we know about this because somebody posted it on TikTok.
And they specifically said get frisky?
Yeah, that's a quote.
Does that mean something that in Australia that it doesn't mean in the U.S.?
Getting frisky.
So like,
that wasn't Australian.
That wasn't. No. That was like getting frisky.
Getting frisky. That's more of like an Irish sort of
like
thing.
Irish or Scottish.
Yeah.
Not very good.
It's hard to do Australian. It's like adjacent to like a UK accent, but it's not.
Now I feel like in my brain I can't even
Down
think
under.
of. Even if that's so bad. It's a terrible Australian accent.
Shrimp on the barbie.
That one's a little better.
Get down to Bondi Beach. Hit some waves.
Now you're
gnarly.
I feel like you've locked it in.
I'm getting there. We're close. Anyways, my family doesn't live here like I do, so they came for a visit, and squaring up with a kangaroo was definitely not on their to-do list.
This is all this person?
Yeah, that was another quote.
Who talks like that?
I don't know. This seems fake. In the video, which already racked up more than 15 million views since being posted on Sunday, the Roo can be seen grabbing at the dad's arm before kicking him in one quick and likely painful motion. The captivating standoff goes on for a solid 2 minutes, during which the man keeps backing off while holding an admonishing finger. What is that word? Is
admonishing?
That admonishing?
Yeah.
I've never used that word in real life. An admonishing finger at the Roo in the parent-like fashion while the marsupial keeps trying to fight him.
So is the dad like,
That's enough.
No.
That's enough,
I'm
Mr.
still trying
Kangaroo.
to come to terms with how this girl speaks or how she's like feeding
Yeah,
quotes
I don't
to
know
the
what
media.
her deal is.
My family doesn't live here like I do. Who talks like that?
Fighting a kangaroo wasn't on their to-do list. Okay. A teenager, possibly the man's son, even tries to come to his rescue, only to also become a target of the animal's ire. In the end, it's a staff member who finally breaks up the fight, simply coming up to the Roo saying, "Naughty boy." Sorry. Naughty boy. Australian. At which point, it admits defeat.
It's really the mental game with kangaroos. That's how you break down their walls.
Just tell him he's naughty.
You're a bad kangaroo. The kangaroo's just
Stop it.
Fuck.
Shit. I'm a piece of shit. I always knew I was a piece of shit.
Kangaroo like goes home, like, angry. The wife's like, "What's wrong?"
I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit, Wendy.
You won't believe.
I'm a
what this
bad
guy said.
kangaroo.
Kangaroos are scary though.
Yeah,
How
they're kind
strong
of
they are.
sick.
They're like fucking toned.
Dude, they're jacked.
They're pretty sexy.
They can't hop backwards though.
They can't hop backwards.
They can't. No.
Is
Their
it 'cause
tails are in the
they
way.
have tails?
Their tails are so big and thick, just like the rest of their bodies. Thick.
Would you rather have really big ears or a tail?
Tail. 100%. Really big ears would be awful because people would see it all the time. A tail, I can at least hide somewhat. Big ears, what are you going to do? Wear earmuffs, headphones all the time? Wear headphones to hide your big-ass, stupid fucking ears? Dumbo-looking ass? So yeah, I'd take a tail because people with big ears wouldn't want that.
That's all we have time for today, guys.
What, do you have big ears?
Yeah? Have you ever seen my ears?
Nah, they're not that big. I've seen ears much bigger, much larger.
I mean, it would only be a problem if my head was smaller than it currently is. I have a very big head.
You have a large head. Big boy. Anyways, the workers came over with food for the kangaroo.
Oh.
And also called him a naughty boy. And and that was pretty much it. Another quote. The Roo woke up and chose violence, one person said.
All right, god damn. I fucking hate internet discourse. How the same 6 things are said in every comment.
Yeah. So anyways.
Post, same people saying the same fucking thing over and over and over again.
I don't know. I feel like there's more to this story. I feel like somebody was antagonizing that kangaroo in some way.
I don't know, man. Kangaroos are just assholes.
Just attack?
I saw a kangaroo that had like a dog in a headlock.
What?
And this guy had to like full on square up and like hit the thing in the face.
I think I've seen that video.
Yeah, it's scary.
We're just like, it's pretty funny.
Although you feel bad, it's like you don't want
to hit an animal,
but also the poor dog is in a headlock getting
kangaroos
choked
can
out.
do headlocks, man.
Yeah, man. It was
I feel like they have tiny little arms.
Nah, man.
They got thick legs.
They got big arms. They fucking box, man. They fight.
They don't actually box. That's like
do.
a cartoon version of a kangaroo.
No.
You're right. Every kangaroo actually does have a pair of boxing gloves in their pouch.
I would rather have a pouch instead of a tail.
Ooh, a pouch would be sick.
Yeah.
No pockets.
No shoulder bag needed.
Nothing.
Crossbody bag is what you call it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could call it whatever you want. Shoulder bag, sure.
Do you have any closing thoughts on this beautiful day? This beautiful, you can see the sun cascading through the bay windows, the lights shining through on this beautiful Juneteenth Eve, Father's Day, Men's Mental Health Month, and Pride Month.
Like we said, guys, if you're a dad out there, just keep doing what you do. Be the best dad you can be, and make sure that you're always there for your children, doing whatever you can to make them happy and help them live the best, most fulfilling lives that they can. Also, make sure another piece of this is to be a good dad is to take care of yourself too. So, as a part of Men's Mental Health Month, make sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally, doing whatever you need to calm down the stresses and take a load off, baby. Live your best life, be safe, and happy Pride too. That's not an afterthought. Sorry.
It becomes an afterthought when you say it's not an afterthought.
I didn't mean it that way.